morning, Year 2. So today it's Tuesday the 23rd of June, and in our literature this week we're continuing to look at poetry. Who can remind themselves and remind Miss Burrows, what do we mean by a poem? Okay, so a poem is a piece of writing where we might share our feelings or our ideas, and we often use rhyme or rhythm to help us do this, a little bit like a song. This week we're looking at a special kind of poetry. Can anybody remember what kind of poetry we're looking at this week? You had a read of some of these kind of poems yesterday. This week we're looking at shape poems. Can anybody remember what we said made a shape poem special? Okay, hopefully some of you said that a shape poem describes an object. It can describe a person or it can describe a place. The shape poem is often written in the shape of the object, the person or the place that they are describing. They don't have to have rhyme. They do have our capital letters and our full stops in them, and they often use similes and alliteration, which we'll be looking at later this week. Okay, let's have a look then at what we're going to do today to start building our own shape poem. So today we're going to write adjectives and phrases for your shape poem. Okay. What do we mean then? The first part of our learning question by an adjective. We're going to write adjectives. What do we mean by an adjective? Okay, an adjective is a describing word, isn't it? Let's have a look at this shape poem. So this is one of the shape poems we read yesterday. Miss Burrows is going to read it to you. You can read along if you like. See if you can spot any adjectives, any describing words that have been used in this shape poem. A huge rock that rumbles and roars, wrecking the ground all around it. It shoots sizzling, steaming, scorching lava like a monster spitting out hot liquid into the air. Like a smoking dragon, it finally starts to calm down. The chaos stops and it goes back to being a deadly, dangerous rock. Did anybody spot any adjectives, any describing words that have been used to describe the object of the volcano in this shape poem? Miss Burrows spotted huge. That's describing the volcano. Deadly. That's an adjective describing the volcano. And dangerous, another adjective describing the volcano. So today, you're going to gather some adjectives that you could use in your shape poem. Now, because it's summer, although not quite so sunny outside at the minute, our shape poems are going to be about ice cream, not a volcano. So the adjectives, the describing words that you need to gather today need to be to describe ice cream. So to help you, you may want to go and get an ice cream. See if you can pop to the shop or see if you've got one in your freezer. This might help you to describe your ice cream. So Miss Burrows has given you an example of an adjective, a word that we could use to describe ice cream, sticky. Can we think of any more adjectives that we could use to describe an ice cream? Use the picture to help you if we haven't got an ice cream in front of you. I think we could use freezing, because when I taste an ice cream, it's definitely freezing on my teeth. Any other adjectives we could use to describe the ice cream? Think about what it tastes like, what it looks like, what it might feel like. Think about the whole of the ice cream, the cone as well. I think we might say an ice cream can be twisting. Look at how the ice cream spirals up the cone. It's twisting. Miss Burrows is going to try to think of one more adjective to describe her ice cream. And I'm going to describe the cone part this time. And I'm going to say that the cone of our ice cream is crunchy. Okay. So when you've gathered as many adjectives, as many describing words as you can think of, The next part of our learning question was to write some phrases for our shape poem. So phrases are sentences that describe our object, not just words, sentences. So let's go back to our volcano example and see if we can find any sentences that describe the volcano. A huge rock that rumbles and roars, wrecking the ground all around it. It shoots sizzling, steaming, scorching lava like a monster spitting out hot liquid into the air. Like a smoking dragon, it finally starts to calm down. The chaos stops and it goes back to being a deadly and dangerous rock. So can I find any sentences that have been used there to describe the volcano? So one sentence is that a huge rock that rumbles and roars, wrecking the ground. It shoots out sizzling, scorching, steaming lava. These are sentences that describe what the object does. So remember, the object for our shape poem is an ice cream. So we now need to write some sentences that describe what an ice cream does. So Miss Burrows' example was, sauce runs down me. What other sentences could we write to describe an ice cream? I'm going to say, they can live in a freezer. What other sentences could we use to describe an ice cream? I'm going to say, they can taste of different flavours. So today, I hope you have a good go at writing some adjectives, some words to describe our ice cream, ready for our shape poem, and some phrases, some sentences to describe an ice cream. Have fun and don't eat too much ice cream.